Welcome JS Metalcraft. Today we're working on a 2017 Polaris General 1000, and as many of you know, they don't come with any windows, or I guess you're kind of lucky you even get doors. So, anyway, we're working on we're waiting on the window shops putting the glass in our window, and so we're working on putting a roof on here. And what this is 1/8 inch. I think they call it tread plate. Camera focus there. Originally I was going to use just plain finished aluminum, but this stuff is $25 cheaper for a 4x10 sheet than the smooth, so I think it probably end up looking a little better. Anyway, we're 4 foot from front to back, and this one it's 56. I started out with 56 inches wide, and as you can see, it hangs over quite a bit here, but this roll bar tilts in, and so to give you a little bit more protection and coverage. I haven't decided 100% if it's too wide or not, but the door actually still is slightly wider than the top, so it'd just be cosmetic how it looked. So anyway, we put this in the press. That's 1.5 inches wide bend there, and I shooting for somewhere around 22.5 degrees. I never measured it when I got done. I just got where I liked it, and we set the break up to so they're all the same. And the front here, I bent it so it's perpendicular to the machine, and we also did the same on the back here, and still got to go in and I'm gonna have to hand bend these corners down, and then we'll be welding these up here, these little slots. And I was guessing, and it looks like I probably got that one too big, so we'll have a little bit of filling in to do there, but they kind of got bent up because my press is only for 48 inches, and that's 56, well, maybe 55 after I had those bends in there. So that's where we're at with that. We're trying to build some brackets, because I got to figure a way to bend that to follow the roll cage yet. I'm not sure. I'm hoping. I want to pull this backside down first and then work to the front, because I know what kind of the overhang that I want in the back here, and we don't care too much for the sun visor, you know, if that's 6 inches or 8 inches, it isn't going to matter too much. So for a bracket, I think that's 1/8 inch by 2, is that what? Yeah, like 2 inch, 5 inches long, and This is just my test piece to get my measurements. And how that works is it and it follows around the roll bar, and we'll have a little hole up here, and I've got some little rubber washers. I'm going to put I think they're 1/8 inch thick to put on the top. And so here's our pieces. I already went ahead and drilled the hole, and thought I had the bolt in my pocket that I'm going to be using. So we're going to go measure our bend marks on these and get them bent up. Okay, we got our brackets made. There you can see them. Put 3 of them towards the back, and eventually I'll put 2 here, and the front will be there's a place to put a bolt in the front. So we got them up there, and we got it pulled down, and I've already got it marked here. We're going to cut a little bit of a V in here as we bend that. Probably have to make 2 or 3 of those little V's, and then come back and either take a whole piece out and leave it out, or more than likely come back and I'll weld those back up. Alright, I think we finally got her all bent to shape and bolted down. We got a few places we got a little bit of filling to do, but I need to shape this corner just a little bit more. But anyway, we've got a nice little rain drip back here, and as you can see, we're out away from the frame or the roll bar there. Get a little more protection. Let's see, we got 1 clamp there, 3 of our clamps across the back, and another one right here, and then on the front we just ran a bolt down through the had to change my plan a little bit here and curve that front down just a little bit so it would meet up with that bracket right there, so I just bolt it straight through. So then that dropped the sun visor down and left that mess right there. But I've got the have to pick the pieces up off the floor here and stick in there and just weld it all back up. Well, I think for now I'm just gonna kind of leave things as they are. I got a light bar coming, and I just want to see how this thing behaves. What if I need to do anything different? You know, if I'm gonna paint it, leave it on there, I don't know yet. I just assume just leave it the way it is. But I want to check for the noise if it's and then that way when I can take it off, weld these pieces up, and then if there's anything else while it's off, whether it be paint, maybe on the underside here, put some bed liners out, or seen somebody glued some real small carpet on there. And then of course we'll put weather stripping all the way around. Like I said, I got the rubber washers. I left a little more gap here than I wanted, so I may have to cut some rubber or get some thicker washers. And so anyways, that's where we're at for now until we test to see how much damage I did. And just sent my son in for the window, so we'll be putting that in here yet this afternoon. Okay, finally got our roof all of our stress reliefs, or whatever you want to call them, welded up. I'm a little rusty on welding aluminum, not something I do very much of, but we got our brackets there, and we went all the way around with I don't know if you can see, some neoprene gasket all the way around. Up in the corner above that bolt is a 1/4-inch rubber washer, and also on these mounts below, probably can't see that very well, below or above them, that they're a 1/16-inch rubber washer, help it take some any vibration. It seems to be pretty good. I'm gonna think about putting a headliner in there. And we've got our 42-inch light bar mounted. Ran it through the roof with a grommet. Didn't have a grommet, but nothing that a 3D printer won't solve. Out of that's a semi-rigid or semi-flexible filament. I had to heat it up, make it a little softer than in order to get it in the hole. But I may print the same one with some flexible, just to compare the difference. The cable is very, very tight where it goes through there, and it takes a lot to pull it through. It's ought to be sealed up halfway decent. Okay, that pretty much takes care of the roof for the time being. I've got a couple other things I might want to do on it, and we'll update when that time comes. Thanks for watching.